This is the one that I was hearing stories from Matt Pike, who's part of the One Life One Chance team. He had went there and met out with Jason Kukin, who's a police officer from the town, who grew up in D.C., who knows me since I was young, going to shows out there.
Hearing about Toby doing the One Life One Chance, I got in touch with him and wanted him to come here and speak to the schools here in Amesbury, and the Academy of Strategic Learning was a perfect fit. And it just it means a lot to me what the hardcore scene did for myself and my friends. I wanted to pass that along to other kids.
Toby, why don't you come on out here?
It's like a super small school. The kids in the school are extremely awesome kids who've dealt with a lot of rough times in life at an early age.
He's just a great guy, and he's really positive, and I don't know, he changed me personally, because I just started becoming a straight edge, and it just makes me not want to do any more bad stuff that I did before.
I'm gonna try my hardest to use PMA and hopefully one day become straight edge.
Straight edge refers to the lifestyle and youth movement that started within the punk hardcore subculture, whose followers make a lifetime commitment to refrain from drinking alcohol, using tobacco products, and taking any recreational drugs. So this totally stuck with me. You know, my brothers were kind of scaring me not to do it. I was already a punk rock skateboard kid, and then I heard this
First time nervous,
and that just
obviously,
stuck with
900
me
kids
forever.
in Kingston, New York, but 55 kids, and the lights were on. It was just like, they were like right there. And they had their hoods on, everybody's just sitting there waiting. And I did my PowerPoint, I did my thing, and as soon as I was done, you could see the kids taking their hoods off and like putting their hands up. Every single kid, I swear, in that room had a question. And you see people smiling like around the room, like the teachers and the parents and the local police, like there was like, they knew that something connected there.
Did you ever have trouble staying straight edge through your travel?
Yeah, I did. I mean, not really troubles. You know, I had people trying to like, even now today, like I have the same barber for 15 years. It's like, oh, you're 40 years old, and when are you gonna have a drink and grow up? It's like people don't get it, you know what I mean? Nobody really meets people like me that looks like me and does what I do for a living, because they're not used to seeing that. You know, people would make fun of me and kind of tease me and try to peer pressure me, but now it's mostly like they're just joking because they respect me so much. A lot of my friends like, I wish I could be as strong as you, you know? Like,
we have some kids here that struggle on a pretty hour-to-hour basis with addiction. So his message for them was more complex. We do have kids here that have never touched a substance in their life and are ridiculed and made fun of for that choice because peer pressure is huge among this age group of kids. And I think that they're able to find some common ground now to be able to move forward and use his knowledge to help them reach goals that they're setting for themselves.
As I stood in the back, I was looking out at all of the heads of the students sitting there, and knowing the life stories that many of them have that involve, you know, catastrophic deaths from drugs, family members, incarceration from alcohol and other drugs, homelessness, transiency, a lot of struggles that these kids have had, he really hit on the mark and nailed for them. In fact, one girl came up to one of the staff members at the end of the presentation that we'd been really concerned about potential substance use, and she came to the staff member at the end and said, I have to do this. She said, and this is it for me. I'm going to go straight edge. She said, I'm going to get on the website, I'm going to start to follow it. She said, that's what I have to do, and I'm going to start now.
I actually know that he influenced at least 3 kids today who came up to me individually and said, he makes me want to keep what I'm doing. And another kid who said, you know, I'm not quite there yet with the drugs, but after today I'm going to be.
When I was 14 through 16, I did everything and anything except needles. I would never touch a needle. I'm scared of them. But I'd done it all, and been a straight edge for the past 6 months, and I'm pretty happy for it.
Drugs is a big struggle pretty much for me right now. But I've done pretty much what you can ask. It's pretty much what I've done. From prescription pills to mushrooms to anything, really. Ask it, and I've probably done it.
We hung out with the kids for like an hour or two, so, and just really hung out with them, talked to them. They would just ask me a million questions. So many hugs, so many kids taking pictures, saying that like, I'm gonna try to do that, I'm gonna try to do this, you inspire me.
And the PMA is a positive mental attitude. You know, I'm not here to preach to you guys or judge anybody. I'm no better than you guys are. But there's one thing you guys can leave here with today, it's a PMA. You know, if you give negative energy, you get negative energy back. I've learned that. I've been married for 15 years. I've been in this band for 15 years. It's helped me as a father. You know, having a positive mental attitude has changed my life completely.
So we have broken doors, and I got them down because they symbolize, again, just all kinds of broken things in their lives. And one boy asked if he could have a bonfire with them, so that's where those are going. But that's one of the things we work on really hard here, to try to help the kids have value and worth so that they make choices that are better. And we worry a lot about the kids because the influence of alcohol and other drugs is so seductive out there, especially when you're in a position where you don't have a whole lot and you don't have a lot of coping skills to work with, to deal with some of the pain and sadness in your life. So I'm excited about this program. I especially am excited about the fact that Toby was such a good role model.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
It was good for you to be here.
The kids were awesome. Thank you.
I wear this uniform because of the hardcore scene. I got into the scene in Washington, D.C., and the background and the foundations that were set by bands like Minor Threat and Bad Brains, Government Issue, and Marginal Man. You know, always told me that we had to do more. You know, we had to give back to our community. We can, you know, scream and yell and curse problems, but we, you know, unless we're coming up with solutions, we're just wasting everybody else's time, and we're just basically useless.
If I had started doing drugs and drinking, I wouldn't be married. I probably wouldn't be doing music. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I'd be a mess probably. Yeah.
The kids here at this school, for the most part, are good kids. They just want to be cool. They want to be accepted. They want to get a chance. They come from some really tough backgrounds. They've had lives that are tougher than anything I think anybody could ever imagine. I think some of the horror movies have nothing on some of the stuff that these kids have seen. Having this school here and then having someone like Toby come here to talk to them means a lot, and it lets them know that they are important, they can be somebody, and that they do have a chance, and that they can make some choices for themselves. And I really can't talk too much about particulars into some of the lives that these kids have gone through, but all I can say is think of the worst torture and terror imaginable, emotional or physical, and that's something like these kids have been through.
One life, one chance!
Listen, thank you guys for listening to me today. I appreciate your time.
Thanks for coming.
Hope I changed somebody's life today a little bit, right?
Thanks for coming.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.